Hi everyone. Today's topic is probably one of the most fascinating and, from my perspective, to be honest, the most important of all the 12 Argonauts qualities. It is about passion. And what I actually want to do is to reflect passion from the perspective of the ancient Greek wisdom and mythology, to make you understand that passion is not only a kind of human emotion or human affection, it's far more. For the ancient Greeks, passion was not more and not less than the major cosmic principle, the principle through which life can evolve. Eros was considered to be the very reason why living things, creatures, are not merely alive, but the reason why they can be fully alive, the reason why they can evolve all the potentials of aliveness which are slumbering within them. But when the fire of passion enters into their hearts and minds, then they will have the strength to unfold their individuality in the most beautiful way. The ancient Greeks had a name for this amazing force through which life becomes alive. They called it Eros. Now, probably you are surprised, because when you hear the word Eros, you will easily associate, things like Eros centers or eroticism, or perhaps you think of some dodgy things such as pornography or whatsoever. But this is not what the ancient Greek concept of Eros is all about. It is part of it, because Eros always has got to do something with sexuality, because through Eros and through sexuality life regenerates itself, and therefore sexuality is definitely important in order to rejuvenate and to care for the aliveness of living things. But Eros, as I mentioned, is far more. Eros is the power through which life evolves and unfolds its potentials. For instance, when the ancient Greeks asked themselves, what is the reason why a tree grows, a tree flourishes and bears fruit? The answer was simply, it's Eros. It is the erotic energy which drives the growth and the evolution of life itself. And the same is true for us as human beings. Eros is the very force through which we become fully alive as a human being. Well, to get it, probably it makes sense to inquire a little bit more into the ancient Greek concept of Eros. And we can easily do it by considering the way that the ancient Greeks pictured Eros. And this is quite funny, because they pictured Eros as a tiny boy, perhaps 8 or 10 years old. Usually he is armed, he carries with him bow and arrows. Then he's got wings on his back, and usually he is accompanied by a naked female person, which those who are a bit familiar with ancient Greek mythology know that it is Aphrodite, the mother of Eros. So what is it all about? I try to explain. Aphrodite is nothing else but beauty. Aphrodite is the incarnation of beauty. Everything about her is beautiful. She is pure attraction. She is golden. Whoever sees her, whoever gets in touch with her, is completely attracted by her incredible, fascinating beauty. And this teaches us something about the reality of Eros, because Eros means to be attracted by something beautiful, by something which really is significant for us, by something which has an impact on us we cannot resist anymore. So being inspired by Eros means to be hooked, to be attracted by something beautiful. This is the first feature we have to consider when trying to understand Eros. Second feature is the fact that he is armed by bow and arrows. So what does it mean? I mean, it is quite simple after having understood that first point, because Eros is something that happens to you. You can't force Eros to enter into your heart. Everybody who's ever fallen in love knows exactly what I'm talking about, because we all know that we can't fall in love by our own willpower. We need to be torn apart. We need to be driven away by something that we meet, by something that enters into our world and that attracts us in such an intense way that we can't help anymore. We need to fall in love with this beautiful person or piece of art or piece of nature or whatsoever. There are a lot of different ways how Eros can enter into our souls. And whenever this happens, here comes a third feature. Something amazing happens to us. We feel as if there were wings growing from our back. It feels like we are capable of lifting up into the sky, to leave everything old behind, to go beyond our limits. Everybody who's ever fallen in love knows exactly what I'm talking about. People who are inspired by Eros, who have this fire of Eros glowing within, these people are creative and they are capable to do things they never even thought of or never even imagined that this could be possible. And now here comes the fourth feature, which is quite important. The fact that Eros is a tiny boy. That means Eros is playful. And being playful from the ancient Greek perspective means to be innocent. Eros has no hidden agenda. He is not driven by willpower, by intention, or by ambition. No, that's not the case. Eros, as mentioned before, is something that grasps us and tears us away. So it is not our own intentions through which we fall in love, through which we become passionate, but it is our openness, our willingness, our readiness to be attracted by the beauty of other persons, of ideas, of vision, or whatsoever, perhaps the beauty of our business. And this is what it's all about when we come to Eros. If we want to lit the erotic fire within our heart, the only thing that is really required is to remain open-hearted and open-minded. The mother of Eros, this is what the ancient philosopher Plato said, is receptiveness, the capacity or the ability to be torn away. And the father of Eros is creativity, our ability to express what happened to us, not to be fed by erotic energy all day long, but to bring it back to the world, to give it back to the world. And this is exactly what passionate people perform wherever they are driven by the cosmic erotic energy. And I think that's something amazingly beautiful, because it reminds us of the fact that it's not our subjectivity which makes us grow and which makes us flourish in full aliveness, but it is the fact that we have the chance to participate in the cosmic energy itself. So, to fall in love, to let it go, to let ourselves be fueled by the power of Eros, this is the very secret of passion. And I would like to invite all of you to open your heart, to become fully alive as an entrepreneur, as a human being, as an individual. Thank you.